say don't destroy this video by saying how much you love logs.
Oh boy, you know how much that's a lie.
Alright, you got 31, it's only one page, 31, 32, 33, 34, that's pretty minor. Actually 35, I lied. Okay, this is 35.
These are all logs?
These are all log or exponential function problems. Okay, so my question to you is, looking at 31, A, B, C. A is not a log problem. Anybody remember how you do 31A?
No. You gotta get log it. No, it doesn't.
You gotta say it again, you have to get what? Yeah. You gotta make common bases.
You're a funny.
So we tended to have some issue with this, so yes, we will do one here. Okay, so you have to look at it and go, what would be a number, a base number that both 2 and 32 would have in common? You have to rewrite it as something to a power. So obviously 2, because 2 is not going to get any smaller. So how do I get rid of this root and write it as 2 to a power, knowing that that's 2 to the first at the moment? That's 2 to the 1/3 power, and then it's got a 6x on the outside. What can I do to that? Can I add or multiply those two exponents? Multiply. When you have a power raised to another power, you just multiply. So that just makes 2x. Okay, now, how did I do what? Okay, so now you have to get 32 written as 2 to a power. So 32 is 2 to the what power? 32 is 2 to the 2 squared is 4, 2 cubed is 8, 2 to the 4th is 16, so 2 to the 5th is 32.
2 to the 5th?
Okay, but it's 2 to the 5th, but it's on the bottom. I don't want it on the bottom. So yeah, bring it up. So you have 2 to the -5 with a 2x minus 1 on the outside. Once again, now you have a power with another power, so you multiply. Okay. Now, you have successfully got both sides with base 2. What are you allowed to do once you have the same bases? You can just drop your bases and set the exponents equal. So 2x equals -10x plus 5, and you simply have to solve for x.
I'd rather do these all the time than logs and logs.
And so we'd end up with a lovely 5/12. Not a big deal to solve after you get that in. Alright, there's a big difference. If you look at the logs on 31 BC versus the logs on 31 E and F. B and C have a log on only one side. And there's only one log in the whole thing. You're right idea, but
Log on one side.
there you go. Log on one side is changed to exponential form. So, which one do you want, B or C?
B, C, B, C, B, B.
I'm hearing B's. We just did A. Okay. So, they want you to go log base 16 of 1/4. That's supposed to be an equal sign. What happened to my equal? So, since we just wrote it, log on one side, we're changing to exponential form. The question is how? You changed it. You need a base to a power equals a number. What's got to be the base?
16.
16, because that little number on the log is called the base. So it's got to be 16 to what power?
4.
Nope.
4. -4. X.
Logarithms solve for exponents. Therefore, x is your exponent. 16 to the x equals 1/4. Now it's the same problem we just did over here. Make common bases. So what numbers in common do 16 and 4? 4. seconds can become 4.
Negative 4.
Plane 16 is just 4 squared. So is it just 4 to the 2x? What do I do with 1/4? I gotta have the 4 up top. Thank you, Colin. 4 to the negative 1.
So 4 to the negative 1 is 4/4.
Yes, because then you can drop your bases and say, oh, 2x equals negative 1, and x is a negative 1/2.
Well, let's never do those ever again.
Okay. Question, I should have asked this of you, but let me double check. Do you guys remember the fast way to do simple logs? What if I said, what's the log base 5 of 25?
5 is into 25 times.
I'm asking you 5 to what power is 25?
Up.
Yeah. 2. 5 squared is 25. What's the log base,
9 to 81.
seriously?
3.
9 to what power is 81? 2. Okay, fine, I can do log base 2 of 8. So 2 to the 3rd power is 8, yeah. Okay. Yes, you could.
Depends on what level math we're talking about.
Alright, then, first of all, you'd also be able to look at 31D and tell me the answer instantly. 31D. Why?
It's natural log of
Natural log being canceled. Okay. So it's actually 31E and F I am most concerned about.
Put D on the test and we'll get it.
Okay. So you want 31E or F? Where we have things that are added and subtracted.
Imagine if I just kept moving. Either one. It would hit you right here.
Actually, let me remind you of the 3 properties of logs. What do you do with logs when they're added? You multiply the 2 arguments inside them. What do you do with logs that are subtracted? You divide. For all of you not paying attention at the moment.
Log BM plus log 6M equals.
If they're subtracted, you divide the 2 quantities inside. And then the ultimate rule, the rule that gives us all the power. If you have a log of something to a power, yes, you may put the p out front and multiply it, and we have our log rule. That is our best buddy.
Nobody likes it.
Baloney, we love him.
Can we write all those?
Those you can put on your card if you so desire, yes.
Hey,
Your little card. You can't add anything to your big card unless it's conic section stuff that you discover you didn't have on there. Because you might have some of you didn't have the most complete conic section card.
Can I get like a copy of someone else's one card?
You may borrow someone's and copy it, or I will be happy to loan you a clean card if you would like to rewrite yours.
I mean, I'm too lazy to write, so.
If you're too lazy to write, then you're out of luck.
Well, I'm too lazy to take the test too, so I'm still out of luck.
Oh, you're going to be 0 out of 150 out of luck.
Okay, well, my grade will not drop that much.
Are we allowed to type all this information and then like fill it on our card again? Is that like super small?
If you're insane enough to. Is it really worth your time to do all that? I'd rather you were studying for the test. Alright, so
If I can get all the information on there, I won't study.
when you look at it, you see you have a log plus a log. It says up here, logs that are added, you should multiply. So that becomes, I actually have to FOIL those together. So that's going to be x squared plus x minus 6. You're FOILing. B, or E, sorry. Okay, now, you have a log down to 1 log on each side. What are you allowed to do once you get it down to 1 on each side? Yeah, you can ignore the logs. You can eliminate and just say, oh, then the insides must be equal. So x squared plus x plus minus 6 must equal 14. And now it's a normal solve for x. So what do? It's quadratic. It's got an x squared. It has to be equal to. Subtract the 14. You have to set it equal to 0. If you got a power on it, you always have to set it equal to 0. We're doing logs, Abby. We're reviewing for our semester test.
You said something about after the big jump and we don't know how.
And so, yes. So I can factor it. What do I get as solutions then? I will get x equals 5 or 4. You're not done. What do you have to check for on log problems? What makes them not work? You cannot have the log of what kind of number?
Zero.
0 or negative. You can only have the log of a positive number. So, okay, if you put negative 5 back up here in the original problem for x,
No.
am I going to have the log of a positive number?
No.
No, I am not. So negative 5 is out of there. And don't assume that all negatives are wrong and all positives are right. If you put 4 up there, 4 plus 3 is 7,
That's harder.
that works. 4 minus 2, that stays positive, it works. But
No, both of them stay positive.
So if
every place you can put it in for x has to be positive.
Oh, okay, so say it was like, see, the answer is 4 and 9, and then it's like 4 plus 3, and then 4 minus 6.
And 4 minus
So
6 is
it's
negative.
in
So,
one place, it's okay.
yeah, if it's negative in one place, you throw it out.
a negative could
What
be
if
right
it's negative in both?
A negative can be right, yes. A negative number, if your quantity was, 5 minus x, and if we had stuck negative 5 in there, 5 minus a negative number will turn out positive. So some negatives will work. It's possible. Okay. Then, down on 32. 32A is you plug it in your calculator.
Oh,
If you're looking at my answer key, you'll see I have a little formula there. I didn't teach you guys that formula because your calculator now let you type in base 24. You didn't used to be able to type in base 24, or you had to know a little formula for doing it, but you don't. You can just flat type it in your calculator.
while we're in press test.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
test ruins that.
You're right.
No, I think you can change the press the test option, so you can.
You can press it, I actually don't think it's probably on there, because that's a pretty tiny thing.
Well, like last time when we were test test, we couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it. I don't think it's on the semester test anyhow, so. I am concerned about how you saw, like, B, C, D, where you have exponents. Anybody want to say one of those you're going, I'm not sure what to do?
Common basis, bro?
Are you looking at 30, are you looking at B?
Blogging stuff.
Okay, these, you would normally say common bases, but you'll discover these aren't numbers that you can make a common base. There isn't any, like 6 and 77, there isn't a common base. So this is log and log stuff.
Not a problem. What is this? I'll get blogging.
So,
Some C and D.
sir, we're talking B's and D's here at the moment on 32.
So it'd be 3x plus 4 log 6.
Okay, well, since Story's doing B, we'll just do B.
Oh, okay. 32.
Yes. So you can't, you have to get x down to solve for it, and the only way you can get x to come down is by putting a log on it so you can use the plug rule. So we would add logs to both sides, and then that would allow us to pull the 3x plus 4 down front. Now remember, that is a quantity times the log of 6. So now you need to solve for x. What did we move over to the other side first? We divided the log out first. So we got log of 77 divided by log of 6. Those are gone now. Now, how do I get x by itself? You subtracted the 4, and then you divided by 3, and you chucked it all in your calculator and got some decimal answer. These will not be nice answers. But you punch it in your calculator and let it zip out an answer at you. Our calculators are just pretty smart.
Inexpensive.
Like that, yeah, you'll definitely have to log
What is
logs.
you put logs on both sides
I just have to
of
put
the
it in my
equation?
calculator.
time.
Yeah, you could.
Then you define them.
I'll check it, I'll check it, but I'm pretty sure you can. You could,
Because that's how you get, that's how you.
I'll double check.
Negative .53,
All right.
after
33, 34, 35 are the word problems. We actually begged me to put more of those on there because we thought the word problems were easy.
I don't remember, I got the word problem.
Okay, I gave you the formulas for those word problems. I will give you those formulas again. We're gonna have to write fast here if I'm gonna listen. They're in your journal.
We don't need them then, do we?
I'm gonna give them to you.
Then why do you write them down?
Well, because you don't have them to do your review sheet with.
I'll figure it out.
If you'll go look at your journal, you're fine. That's compound interest. Oh,